Hi everyone, I'm Tima and I live here in Seoul, South Korea. After quitting my job a month ago, I embarked on a solo road trip around the country. Join me on my adventures as I explore some of Korea's most beautiful and lesser known locations, filming my experiences, trying new food, and doing a fair amount of hiking. Even though I'm doing this road trip alone, I'm really excited to bring you with me and show you what I'm up to, and this is actually me living my dream in a way. I've been wanting to do this for so long. I've always wanted to go on a road trip, create content with no big plans. As usual, no big expectations, just going to make memories and see where this path takes us. Alright, as I drive I see so many mountains, lakes, rivers, smaller like settlements, villages. And the fact that it's cloudy, it also adds its own vibe to the whole environment around. I really like it, and the fact that I'm just going slowly, like enjoying myself, not really rushing anywhere. Not a lot of cars here as well. Really nice. Alright, found this random spot here on the way, decided to park the car nearby. This is the view. Thinking to go down there just to see what's around. There is some construction, I think, going on, or it was like abandoned a little bit, some sort of a bridge here, but I think over here the nature is still untouched, so let's check it out. So peaceful in here. It's been a while since I was in such a quiet place actually, and it's been a while since I traveled alone. This is gonna be new to me. I actually have been really lucky to be able to travel with friends most of the time, at least like this, and I think last year. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you probably noticed that I think in the very beginning when I started this channel and some of my first adventures internationally or here in South Korea were alone. For the past 2 years it shifted to me traveling with my friends, and I've been very lucky to be able to take them on my trips or join their trips and film some of these experiences and actually introduce a lot of the people that are close to me to this channel. And yeah, I think this is the first time I'm actually traveling by myself this year, like such a big trip. So yeah, going back to the roads. Pretty sure the waters be hella cold, but we should do it. Oh yeah, it is very cold. The water is not still, so I'm not sure if it's going to be visible here, but you can see maybe there is some small fish here. Seems like a pretty cool spot to swim in whenever it's hot here in South Korea. And then there are actually some spots that are relatively deep, I think, from the looks of it, like maybe up to here, so it's not just rocks. No, it is just rocks, but it's still really nice. I'm gonna leave this place in a better state than when I came here. One more can hidden right here. We actually have a lot, kind of. Even the plastic bag I found here. Yeah, a little bit cleaner. Not a big contribution, but still contribution. I hope everything counts, whatever we can do. So I came to this place where I was gonna show and actually see for myself birch forest, which is like really behind me, but all the parking lots are closed and I don't think the place is operational actually. And yeah, I just drove up towards the entrance and it's closed, so yeah, not sure I can go there. Alright, so we are gonna have to skip this part, unfortunately. I don't think there is a way for us to go up there. Yeah, a little bit of time lost, but it's okay. We are going with the flow. We don't really have a schedule. So there is a place where I originally wanted to take you guys, and I'm just gonna go there. It's 36 kilometers, so a little less than an hour from here. From the looks of it, we're gonna do a little bit of hiking. I saw this quiet place where I can park the car. I actually started seeing some seriously high mountains that we are heading towards, so let me show you. And we are starting to see Soroksan somewhere, one of these peaks, probably somewhere more behind. Actually, we're not quite there yet, but it's actually bringing some really bad memories, I guess. Soroksan is the fourth highest mountains in South Korea, but it was by far the most difficult hike I've ever had in my life. It took me a day to hike back and forth. I was underprepared, I was hungry, I was cold, and I didn't even take pictures on top of the mountain, so I just have like a couple of pictures on my way when my mood was still okay. So yeah, we might be hiking Soroksan, might not, depends. I don't know if it was just my experience and I took the most like difficult pass or something, I don't know. It shouldn't have been that difficult, especially after hiking Halasan and Bukhansan. So yeah, just want to show you the car that we are driving. This is Kia Pride from 2013, nothing fancy, some cheap car that's gonna hopefully bring us safely to our destinations. I actually am thinking to spend some nights here. I took the blanket and pillows and some bed sheets as well, just in case I have to like spend the night here somewhere, but it's totally possible. Alright, I'm just checking the trail here. It seems like there are a lot of paths we can take, but I'm just interested in this small or big waterfall. But this is a very, very short hike, hopefully, so I'm not gonna do any of this. The distances here are very long. Alright, so this is Soraksan National Park. As you can see, there are so many mountains and peaks over here, and the one that I hiked before was this one, Techonpon, and 1708 meters. This is the one that I had trauma from, but we are currently here, and our goal for today is to visit this falls. Let's see, it does say it's gonna take 40 minutes one way, so 0.9 kilometers. So let's see. All right, we are off to a very, very bad start. This is another area we won't be able to get to today. All right, a little bit of brainstorming. I might be coming back empty-handed today. I am okay giving up on the birch forest, but I don't want to give up on this. So alright guys, mood change. I'm so happy because I got very lucky. I actually was seated in the car and I saw two people leave from the like entrance that I was at, so I went to check it out and it was closed. But I think some walkers from the national park stopped by and they asked like, do you wanna go? And I was like, is it possible to go? He's like, where are you going? I was like, okay, this waterfalls. He's like, yeah, go. And he opened the door for me. So apparently it's possible. Also, this is the area with wild boars, and I saw warnings before entering this place. And I'm just trying to listen to every, I don't know, like crack or any type of noise that would remotely signal that there is a wild boar outside. I would not want to meet him because I know they can attack, but again, it's still not the biggest animal and not the most dangerous one. But in Korea, maybe actually most dangerous one, because there are not many wild animals, big wild animals around. Oh my god, this is, I don't know, look at this, this is so pretty. This was like what, 14 minutes of hike? If I mentioned that Bukhansan is very rewarding, like the views that you see compared to like the amount of time that you spend hiking. Oh, you don't really see the sea here, but you see some really beautiful mountains. I feel like we're gonna be up for a lot of hiking this trip. Whew. Alright guys, a little bit of disappointment. There is no water at the waterfalls. I actually met some people who were hiking down and I just said hello, and anyway, it's really cool. A little bit of language can take you a long way. So anyways, they told me way in advance before I even got here that there is no water here flowing, unfortunately. I do see like a small stream somewhere up, but it's nothing compared to what I was expecting. But still, it's okay, it's okay, no regrets. The view is absolutely beautiful. I love it here. Yes, there is no waterfalls, unfortunately. I mean, maybe just wrong time, I guess. But I'm gonna stop yapping here, show you some views, and we're gonna go back to the car. I'm here because I really wanted to see the ocean before the sun sets. Just a few weeks ago, the water was still quite warm. We even surfed, so let's see how it is now. It is warm. I don't know. I think it's. I don't know. It's It's fine to swim in it. It is warm, the water is warm. It's just a little outside that's a little bit cooler, but I actually have a surfing suit. If there is a chance, maybe we can even surf during this trip. It would be really awesome. I took it just in case, not sure if it's gonna happen. But look, guys, so beautiful. Look at the sky, look at all this space. Look at the fact that there are no people around. And it's just us hanging out here in Yan Yan. But guys, I'm back in the room, got a delivery, but it's hopefully an interesting food. And I thought I would be way more comfortable and loud talking about this food here in the room. Alright, very quickly, the dishes that we have here. This is sutpulta galbi, this is bibim naengmyeon, we have sundubu jjigae, and we have geranchim, as well as like some banchan like perilla leaves, cabbage and radish. Sutpulta galbi is your grilled chicken. So there were two options for this. So the first one was this one, that's not spicy. Looks like it's exactly the way I like it. This is your grilled chicken that you dip in one of the sauces. So this is a plain flavor. There was another one, which was spicy one, and it comes as a red color. So usually that one would be a little bit more delicious, but I kind of wanted the plain one today because I could like still mix it with sauces and make my own variation of this. And very interesting thing that I don't think I've showed on this channel, but it's pretty common here, but this is cold buckwheat noodles. You do have a sauce inside and some vegetables like radish. You do have egg here as well and kim. So I tried to make a combination of flavors here that I think I would enjoy, because you do have a little bit spicy naengmyeon here, and I do have, oh my god, I don't know how I'm gonna finish this. This is very spicy. Sundubu jjigae is very spicy. The spiciest sundubu jjigae, or in general the spiciest jjigae I've tried ever. But the good thing is that we have a lot of side dishes, and hopefully I'm gonna finish this all today. Alright, I'm gonna pour myself Coca-Cola in a cup. Put on some K-pop, because today is a day when Kiss of Life and ITZY are releasing their albums and music videos, and I'm gonna try to indulge this all. And that's gonna be the end of today. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. Feel free to stop by and check out what I do in my next adventures. See you in the next one. Hi guys, good morning. I was actually gonna show you some mountains. We're gonna do some hikes, ride cable cars and do a lot of nature, but there is a lot of clouds actually here and we can't really see mountains, so we need a different plan. We are gonna go to a different city a little bit up north. There is a city called Kosonkun. I actually was recommended once to go there. It's a very small town which does have a lot of like historical presence, but we are gonna go there for the views. It's okay if today is gonna be a slow day where we stroll along the coastline, where we go to a cafe, where we eat some food and explore and then do some work. It's fine, because today is still gonna be the day where we will see new places and get stuff done at the same time. In order to reach the coast, just so I can see a little bit more of the area in between two cities, because it's like super small, and I'm really curious about what life is like here. So I noticed a difference when I travel by myself versus traveling with friends. First of all, more brains is always better. I actually am very lucky to have friends who can come up with ideas and plan some stuff and search. I noticed that when I'm with friends, it's all about the company, it's all about what we do together and it's never about the place first. And when I travel by myself, all I think about is what can I do to show you guys something interesting, something pretty, something that's gonna be worth your time watching. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't like this pressure, so I'm just hoping whatever it is that I come up with is gonna be a little bit entertaining at least, and you learn something new and you see something new, because ultimately I wanna make you guys feel like you're hanging out with me, like as much as possible. First of all, I'm the only foreigner here, which is kind of the point of this trip, is to visit new places where people don't really go to. The good thing is nature, so I can always indefinitely look at water flowing and fire burning. I actually want to surf. So quiet, there is not a single other person here on this beach. That's over there after August 18th. It's not allowed to swim anymore, so yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but just a cute little town here in between Sokcho and Goson. So many places to eat. Unfortunately, I'm not that hungry, but yeah, we're gonna continue driving towards Goson and see what we come across. But yeah, it's just really quiet, really peaceful in here. A lot of people taking bikes, a lot of people on motorcycles. Actually, we will do a motorcycle trip sometime next year. Alright, we just arrived to Goson. Let's explore this little town. Alright guys, this is definitely the smallest, the most traditional market I've been to. This is part of the reason why I wanted to check it out, just to compare different markets. And this looked like a market that wouldn't be touristy, because the city itself is not that famous among tourists. Alright, so because there is nobody here, almost nobody, I'm even too shy to be here, honestly. Such a cozy little town, so cool. I mean, so far what I see is like it's one main street with a lot of like other streets around it. So, but it's actually like super small. I don't know. I'm really happy to be here and checking it here. And I don't really know what are we gonna eat. What are we gonna eat? Because the case is, a lot of the restaurants are on their break time, and their break time is usually like 3 to 5 or 2:30 to like 4:30, something like this. So our options are extremely limited, and it's only my fault. Alright guys, this is where we are eating lunch today. I really hope there is no break time, so let's see. Alright guys, update, no lunch there today, unfortunately. So there was a sign that said they're out for a little bit, so I assume it's their break time. Alright, let's find another place to eat. This is a sweet potato chip. I'm not a big fan of sweet potato, but this is not bad actually. If there is no any like additional sugar or anything, that's a pretty healthy snack. I got myself a buckwheat pancake with kimchi. I think there will be maybe more, so we're gonna try that at least. There are so many places to eat and so many food options to try, and I actually do see a lot of like couples who come here just for that. So I saw this stall here which sells sulban, and I think in particular it's going to be magaliban. And it's the first time I see it in my life. I don't know if it's a Sokcho local or not, but there is a line to this particular shop. And whenever there is a line here in Korea, it means it's something very good. magaliban 하나만 주세요. 감사합니다. It's like in that meme, was looking for gold but found diamonds. We are gonna be trying so much food today. Alright, should we try the stuff that I bought? Ta-da! Alright guys, once again let me just tell you what we have here. This is a Korean rice wine bread. This is the first time I see it. This is very interesting. I'm super excited about this because of the line actually of people that were waiting to get this one. And as this one is a squid sausage, this one is a buckwheat pancake, and the drinks that we have, this is a 5-flavor berry or magnolia berry tea or magnolia berry drink of some sort. I had this before. This is really nice. I bought it because I love it. And this is going to be something very unique. It is a pumpkin shike. This is going to be the first time I'm trying all of these actually, except for omicha. I'm really glad I went to the market in the evening. We do have some really unique food. All right, so this is basically a sundae wrapped in a squid. And it feels like it's fried in an egg. So let's see. Squid apart. This is actually good. And it's a different type of sundae. Not the sundae that I know, usually the simple one with glass noodles. It's actually not as flavorful by itself, just a simple ingredients, but the soy sauce makes the biggest difference. If I were to like squid much, I would actually enjoy it much more. Other than that, I will still eat it, no problem at all. It's just that I don't like the texture of squid. So this is a buckwheat pancake. It looks like a very thin buckwheat based pancake. And let me tell you what the filling is. I do feel like there is kimchi, there is some sort of meat and vegetables as well. Alright, I actually googled what's inside, and it's kimchi, it's noodles, it's leek, it's garlic and beans. So really cool combination, wrapped in a buckwheat based pancake. This is something that I've never tried before, but this is amazing. I love this actually. I don't really know what leek is by itself. Like, I look at the picture, I don't know what this plant is, but other than that, the flavor is really good. And whatever leek tastes like, it's good. It's a little bit spicy, but it's all about the texture. It's soft from outside and it's crunchy on the inside, mainly because of kimchi. And the soy sauce adds a little bit more saltiness to it, but other than that, these two go together because this is very plain and this is very flavorful. Alright, I also had to Google what this is. So it is a bread based on the corn flour, and it does have magli, which is a rice wine, alcohol drink. I can see actually on top of it there are beans and what feels like green peas. This is the one that I have, so I'm gonna try it. So it's a very puffy, I would say. From the outside, it actually reminds me of castella, but it's very chewy. It's much chewier than castella. Alright, so the best way I can describe this is it's sticky, a little bit sweet, corn flour based bread. I don't really know how to have this actually and what to eat this with. I'm just gonna think of it as a dessert today, and I'm gonna munch on it tomorrow, probably for breakfast or something like this. Let's try omicha. Chang. It's a sweet berry drink. Super refreshing, very sweet actually, too sweet for me, so if I put a little bit more water into it, it's gonna be a little bit more refreshing. But other than that, it's sour, it's sweet, it's berry based, amazing. What I'm actually really excited about is the shike. I actually already tried shike, I think at least 2 times on this channel, so this is going to be the pumpkin one. And I don't really see a lot of pumpkin based drinks here in South Korea. So in shike, you usually have sediment. A sediment is rice, and it's also over here. So it is exactly like shike. Shike, it's like a punch. So over here, the 39% of this drink is pumpkin actually. So the strongest taste I feel here is naturally a pumpkin. So it is a pumpkin taste drink that is also sweet, but with a sediment of rice. And only this is gonna actually remind me of shike, because other than that, it just feels like pumpkin juice or pumpkin-based drink. I'm not a big fan of pumpkin itself. I actually don't eat or come across pumpkin drinks at all. So this is a very interesting thing. All right, let's base it all from the one that I love the least to the one that I love the most. All right, number 5 is a squid. The only thing that makes it a 5, and not the best thing I have over here, is the fact that it's squid. I am trying to expand my palette of tastes and trying to eat more food that I don't usually eat. So this is me trying actually, but yeah, just not a big fan of the squid. Number 4 would be the pumpkin shike. Very interesting taste. Same thing, pumpkin is not on my palate usually. Number 3 is going to be this bread. I just wish it was like 3 times or 4 times smaller. Number 2 is a pancake, really amazing stuff. And number 1, omicha, just because I already knew what it is, I knew how it tastes, I love omicha. my #1 drink. And thank you guys so much for sticking until the end. It really means a lot, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, guys. It's a beautiful Thursday. We have a little bit of sun. The air is not perfect, but I think this is the closest we can get to the best weather to explore Soroksa National Park this week. So we are gonna try to make the most out of it, and I'm making the first stop here. Alright, the place I'm heading my way to currently is just a video that I saw on the internet, and it looks like we can get a pretty cool view of Sonbavi. I actually don't know how to get there. I just know this was supposed to be the parking lot to park, and the rest is unknown. So I'm just heading this way. I kind of see a few people as well. I'm thinking if I should ask somebody for directions, but for now, marching our way up, somewhere up. I don't know where it's going to lead us. So this is a hike. We have an option to go like up here. Yeah, total is going to be 4.1 kilometers, but we already did like 1 kilometer walk. So from here is just about 3 kilometers. There's 2 routes only. 3 kilometers, it does say it's about 2 hours. So let's see. Alright guys, I'm tired. It's been 580 meters, 10 minutes of walk, but it's pretty steep. I'm sweating. Oh, a little bit more intense than I thought. The good thing is that we are starting to see some pretty epic views. Let me show you. Now that I have spent a little bit of time hiking, I actually realize that I probably made a mistake. Most of the people who I meet on this route, like here, this path, they're actually coming down. Now I'm thinking of the map. The other route from the other side is longer, a little bit longer, but it was supposed to be less difficult. So people hike up that easier path and hike down this more difficult one. But it's okay, we are not here for the results, we are here for the joy of it. We are here for the process. We are here to challenge ourselves, explore new stuff, and not look for easy ways, right? Especially now that we have views like this. I just need to think a little bit if I overestimated myself or not. Let's see. Okay, I think we are pretty close. I actually start seeing some big rocks on top of this hill. Alright, and right there is Sokcho. That's where I stayed last night. This is so beautiful here. Absolutely worth climbing all the way, sweating, breathing heavily, drinking a lot of water, losing a lot of calories for views like this. So the cool thing is there is one more, even better spot to look at the surrounding areas. I don't know what it is for me when it comes to hiking, be it the health aspect of it, be it the aspect of challenging myself to do stuff that most other people won't do, or just pure stupidity sometimes. You are here with very few people and there is like so much space around you and it's very beautiful. If the air is like completely clear, that would have been even better, but I guess today is my only like small window this week to get into like hiking and show you guys around. So hopefully I'll be able to hike more throughout this trip and show you like even better views, but this is so nice. Actually quite scary standing here, so don't recommend. This is a stupidity aspect of it. Don't do what I do. Alright, and I'm just gonna walk a little bit towards that area. There are more people there taking pictures and just looking around, so I'm just gonna make it to the end before I start to descend. Alright, so this is me with the stuff that I brought for this hike. Actually, really, I'm happy that I didn't leave a lot of stuff behind and actually brought some food, some water, so I can actually have lunch here with a pretty cool view. Alright guys, an unbelievable thing happened. I actually got the chance to talk to a local on my way down. We caught up on the stuff that I already did here in Sokcho, and then she recommended me that I visited this location. And this is probably going to be the last really big stay here in Sokcho. It's very interesting that I missed this place and it didn't show up in a lot of like the stuff that I read. So this is the spot where people in Sokcho hang out, I guess. This is like their park, quiet place. So for now I'm just gonna walk around, see if maybe I should get a coffee or get a bike. But this is a spot, it's really beautiful and quiet here. I hope you're not tired of seeing Sokcho a lot. This is one of my favorite cities here in Korea. And I just want to discover as many places as possible around this city. And I don't really know what I was doing, not talking to locals earlier. I think I should just like start talking to people whenever I travel. Only if I can make this lifestyle sustainable. Yeah, that would be really good. That would be perfect actually. Doing what I love for a living. Like for now, I just do what I love. It's not for a living. It's to try to get for a living, but also just to enjoy and get a rest from work.
Alright, for my last meal in Sokcho, I decided to have memildil gyeonmyeon, which is a variation of buckwheat noodles, but it's topped with perilla leaf powder. You have to mix it first, and the dish doesn't really have a lot of flavor, but I still liked it, especially after having kimchi on the side.
Alright, and that was my last meal in Sokcho for now. I really love this cute and beautiful city, and now it's time to go down a little bit south and I'm gonna drive to Kannin. We are gonna have a dessert that I'm really excited to show you guys. We wanted to have this dessert before with my friends when we traveled down for Kannin in another trip, but I'm actually gonna have it now. I'm super excited to show you guys because this is something very, very unexpected and I have never had this before. Guys, we are in Yanyan. I was passing by the city on my way to Kannin and it's sunset time, so I just wanted to see the ocean, show you guys what's up here. Just stumbled upon a random surfing shop with like a restaurant and a party space of some sort. I think it would be really cool to save places like this for the future because I've never done like surfing and then food and alcohol and then party. But yeah, I'm gonna stop here and just want to stop by Yanyan. I hope we will get the chance to stop by the city itself properly, but for now this is the ocean, this is the evening, it's so beautiful here. So peaceful. Yeah guys, Yanyan is all about summer, maybe September, so this is supposed to be like a very outgoing party like city, a lot of surfing, a lot of like water activities. And yeah, that's what I come here for usually, and I still didn't get the chance to like experience nightlife here with bars and cocktails and stuff like this, so hopefully sometime in the future. We're gonna try sundubu ice cream for the first time. Alright, so it's dripping all over, so I have to eat it like this. It actually does taste like sundubu. Almost like if you take sundubu and mix it with sugar. I think the closest like texture of it and the aftertaste remind me a lot of like New York cheesecake. Baskin Robbins has this one. You know, sometimes there is ice cream that you try once and you go like, maybe I'll not have it again. It was nice giving it a try, knowing how it tastes, but not for me. This was my experience with mint chocolate. Like, but this is actually pretty good. Sundubu it is. I did not expect it. I was thinking I'm just gonna try it once and never order this again. But you know what? It's pretty damn good. To explain this, I have two reasons. First, I really like sundubu. Anything with sundubu chige in particular, but also because the sundubu taste is not that strong. It's still a gelato. It's still very sweet. So in that case, I'm pretty sure most people would actually enjoy this. Also, it's kind of chilly. I'm outside and I ordered iced Americano. Pretty interesting. I don't know why I did that. And that's gonna be a wrap up. I'm just gonna finish my ice cream. Still have to find a place to stay tonight. It's 6:25 and I didn't find a place to stay. So yeah, and if you watched this video up until this point, thank you so much. I really appreciate you and the time that you spent watching my videos. And I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye! Hi guys, good morning from Kanin. I'm here exploring the first destination of today and it's a coffee street. When I was looking up places to go to and things to do in Kanin, I learned that apparently Kanin has a really rich coffee history, and this coffee street right behind me is one of the go-to places here in Kanin. So right now I'm right by the ocean, and if you look anywhere from here and we turn all the way there, it's all coffee shops. This is the coffee street. There are like bigger corporation coffee shops here, there are smaller privately owned businesses, and there is also a coffee festival happening 1 week after actually. I don't know if I'll be able to make it here for the festival actually, but I'm really curious to see what it is like, because I love coffee. I don't know how much coffee I can drink, and I would love to explore and try a lot of different types of coffee here in Kanin. I love the east coast of South Korea. Apart from Jeju-do, this is about the cleanest water you can get. So if you're out for a swim, you want to experience the cleanest water and you don't want to experience high and low tides and its schedules, east coast it is. Okay guys, after a little bit of searching and going through menus of the coffee shops nearby, I think like this is a really cool spot. If I were to compare it to Seoul, I would have to find locations for coffee shops where I could get specific type of coffee. But here, for example, this coffee shop on the right has like hand drip coffee, and then the beans are from Ethiopia, Guatemala, Indonesia, Colombia, Jamaica, Panama, Yemen. And this coffee shop right in front of me apparently has like peanut butter latte, ocean salt latte. And then another coffee shop has strawberry latte, mango latte, chocolate latte. This is so interesting. I only have like 1, maybe 2 shots to try a coffee here, so I want to find a good place and try to get the most unique option possible. So let's have Indonesian hand drip coffee here in Kanin. Lately I've been having a lot of ice Americano whenever I work or sit at a cafe, just because it lasts longer for me and it's like pure caffeine, no calories, no sugar, bitter, like sometimes the life is. So yeah. Alright, let's finish this coffee and head to the next destination.
And then I was on my way to try yet another tofu dish that I've never had before, and this is my experience.
Could you guys already tell that I love sundubu? The way I understand, a lot of food in Ganwon-do is pretty plain. So if you are not a big fan of strong taste or like spices or unique flavors, I guess Ganwon-do is the place for you, because a lot of the main dishes they actually come without a lot of spices in it, but you can also modify them, and a lot of places also have like additional salt, pepper and sauces, like soy sauce is gonna add a lot of flavor to any dish as well. I think I like sundubu chege way more, but this is like a super healthy sundubu soup with plain rice and a lot of vegetables. So in order to add some taste, I'm creating my own combination. So I'm having rice with kimchi and a fish cake on top of the soup, and that makes up for the plain taste of sundubu. So very similarly to the coffee street we went to before, this looks like a street or almost like a neighborhood full of like sundubu places to eat. As you drive along this street or this neighborhood, you will see a lot of restaurants that specialize on a variety of sundubu dishes. Alright guys, I just want to show you a really cool village, very old village here in Samchok, but it's raining really heavily. I'm not sure, should we go to coffee shop? I actually have a little bit of work done, I need like 20-30 minutes. Should we wait for the rain, because otherwise it's gonna look pretty dull. The village is actually here, right behind, right across the road. It's not gonna look pretty cool, I guess, in the rain, and we are gonna get soaked walking through the streets on elevation, but let's see. I'll think about it and let you know.
This village is so beautiful and quiet, so much less touristy than Gamcheon Culture Village in Busan, it reminded me of. And I love the views too.
Because it's a weekday, because it's raining heavily, I'm the only one here. No, I actually see a couple there, actually super romantic. Two people didn't give up on the weather, still decided to make the most out of it. I admire you guys, really good. I'm here by myself. So yeah, this is where we came from, and then there is some sort of like a very big slide over here. I think it's closed right now because of the rain, otherwise it would be really fun to take it. And then there is a sky cycle over here, and then there are many more pathways actually, which we are gonna take probably. But yeah, the village is on that side, we are just exploring the other side of it right now. And then there is another skywalk over there, and obviously because of the rain, no people there as well.
What I love the most about it is that it was actually a village with people in it, rather than a touristy spot. 100% recommend.
So yeah, if you are unlike me and you have a significant other to bring along and make your stay a little bit more fun and interesting, take them to smaller cities, search on Naver things to do, or type your city and then plus Jochen, or go on YouTube and type the city you want to go to and Jochen vlog, and discover a new world of adventures and places that are recommended by locals. Don't be shy, explore Korea, explore smaller cities. People are super kind here. You will be one of a very few foreigners in places like this.
And right before leaving the place and wrapping up the day, I saw this shop selling a dessert I've never seen before, and I obviously walked in to see what it is. Right here you can see different flavors of it, and I got the Castella one to try. And it's basically a Korean rice cake coated with bean flour and with different flavors of cream inside. And that's how I learned about injolmi.
So I'm eating it. Well, it's still frozen, but inside is the cream. For now it's frozen, but it's not supposed to be frozen. So it is essentially a rice cake. There is a very thick layer of a rice cake, as you can see. It's very interesting. Hi guys, today I'm in Jeonju, the city that is famous for its beautiful Hanok village, as well as bibimbap and some other dishes. And that's exactly what we are gonna start this day with. I had a long drive from Seoul because I was staying there over the weekend. It's lunchtime now, let's get the famous bibimbap. So we are gonna put rice in here. There are many different variations of bibimbap that exist, and you can always modify it with quite a few ingredients.
Bibimbap is a traditional Korean dish made of a bowl of rice which is topped with colorful seasoned vegetables.
Most bibimbap that I've tried doesn't have meat, so maybe it is one of the reasons why it's never on my list whenever I want to eat Korean food. It's been actually a really long time since I had bibimbap. It's good to have it here in the hometown of this dish. Alright, and just like this was hands down the best bibimbap I've ever had in my 8+ years being here in Korea. This is actually my third time visiting this village. First time was here for work when I was still taking pictures and videos for the university I was at. And second time I was filming a car here, a modified car for one of the work projects before. And now I actually get the chance to like film this for me, because I didn't really film it for this YouTube channel. And I find this village very beautiful, even though this is like a really touristy spot. It is actually one of the, if not the most famous Hanok village in South Korea. I still wanted to show you guys this place because I know not everybody has a chance to come here. And yeah, let's get to exploring this beautiful place. And I only got the chance to be here during the weekends before, so it's definitely way more quieter here. I mean, there are always people, but again, nothing compared to the crowds that are here usually on the weekend, so I like this a lot. Alright guys, I actually got one of my favorite desserts here in Korea, and this is kwapeki. And since I haven't had any dessert yet, I'm getting this. This is like a twisted donut covered in topping. It's actually very simple and very cheap dessert, but it's so good. And this dessert is easily one of my top 3 Korean desserts I've ever had. Alright, you can actually walk in a lot of these smaller houses, and they would be like either some sort of museums or exhibitions happening here. So I actually walked into one. It is a Korean alcohol beverage museum. This here is actually a very interesting map. It's a map of Korean traditional alcohols based on the region. So each region, each city have their own famous type of alcohol, and it's the first time I see this. I actually can include it in my trips sometimes if I am in the city and they have a alcohol type that, or some sort of like a drink that I haven't tried before. This is how I can find it and search for it. I have a map now. Like, I'm not really a museum guy usually, but I just want to show you that there are a lot of like smaller museums like this. This was alcohol. I also saw the one with music, traditional music, and they have like live performances there. Unfortunately, they don't have one today, so yeah, I skipped that one. But if you're ever here, you can walk in a lot of them, and based on your point of interest, you can actually learn a little bit of the history. Alright guys, this was such a random choice. I just saw a cafe that looked like Hanok, and there are so many of them. I decided to walk in just randomly in this one because I saw a guy working a laptop, and I have a laptop. I was like, okay, maybe I can do something here, like read a book or get some work done. And I'm walking, and there is like a whole different, I don't know, like yard inside space. And then the cafe is divided in so many different like spaces where you can like sit outside. You can sit in like a small pavilion kind of thing. You can sit on the floor. Actually, I ordered something very unconventional. I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it that much, but Korea is originally a tea country, even though a lot of people now drink coffee here. Coffee is just the main drink, everyday drink for most people. I ordered something different. Alright, so in short, this is a jujube extract with 10 other ingredients that I'm gonna list over here. And we're gonna try it for the first time. I don't think I've had this before. This is a little bit of an experience for you and I. Alright, so we do have a cup of tea itself. I'm really bad at describing very sophisticated tastes, especially now that there is like 10 ingredients, some of which I haven't even heard of. It's actually quite pleasant. Unexpected. So the ingredients that I can test here would be ginger and cinnamon. Overall, it's a very thick, warm, sweet, and a little bit like sour/bitter taste tea. And then I think the bitterness comes from, among other ingredients, maybe from ginger. And a lot of the, I don't know if it's sugar or if it's cinnamon that gives us much sweetness, maybe both. And from what I learned from the internet, this tea was used for many years to combat cold or fatigue. So it could be both an energy drink and a vitamin drink at the same time. Here's 2 new drinks. I actually don't know, am I supposed to eat any of like these ingredients over here? Is it eatable? Should I just leave them? Actually pretty good. I thought it would be more bitter and not sweet at all. But it is, it's good. I know there is like a small hill nearby where I'll try to show you the view of this place from a little bit of like 50 meters or 100 meters, so you can see what it looks like from the bird's eye view a little bit. I think I have some pictures from when I was here before, so I'll just put them on the screen so you can see how Jeonju Hanok Mile looks like when the weather is not as bad as now.
My next stop of the day was Jeonju Nanjan. It is this very unique museum filled with everyday objects and rooms from the late 20th century. This is the place to experience what life was like back then in South Korea. It is a fun place to explore, especially if you are curious about Korean culture and history, and most importantly, it is a place where you can experience things without having to read or listen to the information. You walk around, you are allowed to touch or interact with objects, and it's unlike any other museum I've been to before.
Alright guys, this is so new to me and it looks completely different from, let's say, my childhood or how older generation used to live in my country, so I'm actually really surprised. It's really interesting. Being born and raised in a different part of the world, I got a chance to see, the everyday life of people before the whole modernization happened. The coolest thing so far is something I will never be able to show you, is the smell. A lot of the rooms, they have their own smell. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's like old books smell, old wallpapers, a little bit of mold, wood. It's all mixed together. So for example, this room has a very distinctive smell of dust and old books and a little bit of moldy stuff as well. I don't know, it's very hard to say, but if I were not embarrassed of my singing, I would actually try. You can actually put coins here and try singing because it's still no abandoned here. And other people did that as well. Very interesting, these collection boxes, and I think the logo of the post office, Korean post office, is still the same. So cool, and we still keep walking. There is more to it, so many posters around as well. The reason why I'm showing you guys all this, so you can first learn what Korea looked like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50, 70 and so on years ago plus. And if you're old enough or you have stuff like this at home, you can compare. Alright guys, and here we are at the local market. 88, so 1988 I guess. I see a sign here. It's pretty cool that here in this museum you can touch, nothing is behind the glass or behind a wall of some sort. You can touch and interact with a lot of things. I mean, of course, whatever works, but it's all here. It's all here for you, right in front of you. It's unlike the museums that I saw where you see, for example, there is a room and you can't enter the room, but you can see it from outside. Here, you can go anywhere. Alright, here is the photo studio. That's where you could sit and have your picture taken. Alright guys, this concludes our tour. I'm not a big museum guy, I don't enjoy most of them, but this was by far the best museum experience I've ever had.
손가락 피를 베어 사정으로 님을 찾아볼까 간장에 썩은 눈물로 님의 화상을 그려볼까 이리 오너라 헛고 놀자 이리 오너라
Right guys, I'm spending the night here in Hanok style Airbnb. This is like a real Hanok house and it's divided into several rooms and it's basically like an accommodation. And yeah, it's pretty small, but it's good. I like that it smells like cement and wood at the same time. The floors are being heated at the moment. And yeah, this is how we are. I wanted to get some sort of like Hanok experience now that we are in Hanok village. And as you could see, this is just like a small mattress. This is where I'll be sleeping, but it's actually pretty good. This is the end of the day. Quick thoughts. Such a beautiful day actually. I loved how today went. I came to Jeonju a little bit late, but I've done I think a lot actually, and I've done more than expected, and I loved Jeonju more than I thought I would, even though it's my third time here. Oh, mosquito. So glad I stopped here. Just note for myself that I kind of have to figure out the schedule a little bit better because I feel so tired by the end of all these days. I really need more rest than usual. I don't give enough time to like running, I don't give enough time to study, and I really have to study Korean for my test. This is like super important. This is my best chance to get as much done as possible, and ideally I would want to still like put a little bit of editing in, just so I don't end up having like so much backlog when it comes to my videos and work, so I have to like spend a lot of time later. I would love to like combine travel and work at the same time and make it more of a lifestyle rather than like 1, 2, 3 weeks of fun and then hard work after. So yeah, I want to leave a good impression of Korea to everyone who is watching abroad, outside of this country. This is my way of telling stories, of showing how beautiful Korea is, how I enjoy being here, because this is all true. I love being here. It's like I'm super happy living here, and then hopefully a little bit of my excitement and the reasoning why I do love it here is felt on the other end of the screen. And yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. This is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. I still don't know where I'm going to tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, and see you in the next video for this very spontaneous adventure as usual. Good morning guys, early morning here in Jeonju. I'm about to leave the city, and actually today is going to be one of the days where I don't know where we are going to end up and what we are going to see, because it's just going to be a lot of driving. I have a few spots on the map that I want to check out, and a lot of the spots are in the middle of nowhere just because I'm hoping to see some good views. But let's do a lot of driving and see where the day takes us. Can I store coffee? Jan? Alright guys, I was just driving, saw this parking spot as well as like these stairs, so kind of thought they lit somewhere, so let's check it out. And no, there's a cat. I hear a cat. Sorry guys, I'm a cat person. I don't know if it's hungry or not. I don't even have anything. I just have a chocolate bar and water. And this is where the stairs led us to. This beautiful pavilion over here. Alright guys, we are on top of this pavilion. Pretty high here. I'll show you the views. I don't know if you were able to tell, but actually most of the land in South Korea is mountains, mountains, mountains. So it's pretty difficult to build a lot of like cities or even farm in all of this land, just because it's mainly like rocks. But it's pretty green, which is really nice. And on this side we have a big ecological park over here. There is a bridge leading up to this and 2 buses staying here, so I think I can actually walk there. So I'm thinking if I should, I'll go there, but it's like a small island right in the middle over here. And then there are people here, people on the suspension bridge, and there are like houses back there on the other side. Pretty good for random spot. My heart is not at ease because I see this little guy over here. I don't know if he's hurt or he's hungry. He's meowing all the time and there is no convenience store or anything nearby. I don't know what I should do. Okay, so the little guy is not here anymore. I'm still gonna go around, just double check that he's nowhere near from the looks of it. He didn't look sick or anything, so that was a good sign. He also didn't look very slim, so I do assume people take care of him. I just wanted to go an extra step. Yeah, it did take me a long time to drive and come back, so maybe he left already. All this was for nothing apparently, but yeah. I think it is a good sign as long as he knows where to go. Alright, on a different note, the reason why I wanted to bring you guys here originally were views like this. I really liked the river flowing between the mountains, and this road that we are taking right now is basically going along this river a little bit higher up in the mountains. So the views are actually really good, but it's just difficult to film them while in the car. So as I see them from the window, they're like so good, but most of my filming happens when I see like this parking spot or like this pavilion over here where I can park the car and show you a little bit of views as well. And there are really convenient stairs here, and it's also a part of a course. You can like walk around here pretty freely as well. So we're gonna go just a little bit, check it out, see what's here. Did you guys hear that? I don't like that. What was it? I mean, it's not, it was from the opposite side of where I'm going, but what we learned is that we have some wild animals here apparently, and that didn't sound like a wild boar. This is our hike for today. It's a path. Alright, so I walked for quite some time. It's really pretty, but I'm not sure we are going anywhere from this path. And I mean, we are going somewhere, but getting back to the car will be a little bit challenging. I have decided to turn around and go back to the car and continue the path to the west coast of South Korea. It's really good to see, it's beautiful over here. I love lakes, I love rivers, so it was good to see a little bit of it here. Let's go back and drive. Stopping by this random restaurant and cafe on the side of the road. They say that they have tonkatsu, and tonkatsu when driving is actually pretty good. Alright guys, a little bit of preview hopefully for the next episode. I've been seated here for a while and reading through some blogs about hiking Jirisan, which is the highest mountain in the mainland Korea. The highest one in general in Korea is Halasan, and we've already tackled that, thankfully. The peak of Jirisan is Cheonwon-bon. It's 1,950 meters, which is pretty high. I did read that it's one of the most, if not the most challenging peak to climb here in Korea. Halasan was not that challenging for me, but Soroksan was, and this one seems to be more difficult than Soroksan, so I'm gonna plan how to end the day tomorrow so we can like start the climb early. If you wanna see me suffer, sweat, curse on my way up and down the mountain, feel free to tune in the next episode whenever it's released. For now, we're gonna continue driving west and exploring other parts of Korea that are a little bit difficult to get to. I've been making more and more stops because today has been a lot of driving. Not that I'm complaining, I love going around places like this and just making random stops to see the views, and one of these beautiful views is actually behind me. Also, all the space and fields right behind me were used at 2023 Jamboree here in South Korea, and apparently this is like a very big event here in the country where so many scouts come together to like camp outdoors and join a lot of activities. I do see it every now and then on the news whenever it happens. So yeah, it's pretty good to come across one of those spaces where Jamboree used to take place. And just like this, we made it to the west coast. I actually see a few constructions here, and it looks like there is a beach nearby as well, so we are gonna go explore this together. You know, all this space and little to no cars over here. It's really cool, but we are gonna go walk up there and then check out the view from there. But before that, we're gonna come see this map. Where are we? Where are we right now? Okay, I found it, we are here. And actually, maps like this are perfect because first of all, they're in two languages always. And second, they're made by local governments who know all these cool places to visit and actually give you like pictures and other information here as well. I now have so many other places I want to go to. All right, guys, it's just us here. We are walking in, see some views. Let's see what's around. Let's explore this area. Not so many people, but you can still enjoy. This is the local tourism. This is how to do it, I guess. We've got mountains here behind us and a small village as well. This is the parking lot. There is like one small truck over there. And this is us, guys. Nobody else. Even the boat. Okay, bus. Okay, there is a bus parked as well. So excited to show you the other side, the west coast of Korea. It's our first time during this trip. So let's check it out. Did I know about this location? Not at all. How did I find it? I was just looking at the map and I saw that we are pretty close to the water, and then there is a sign, like in Korean it says there is a beach. And I was like, yeah, let's check it out. Let's check the west coast before the sun sets. And that's how we are here. It's getting a little bit colder, but I honestly think this is like the best weather to explore. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. We are at the top now. Alright, so the wind here is no joke. It's actually pretty chilly right now. Way colder than it was last week. And another thing to watch out for on this west coast of South Korea, you always have to check the low tide and high tide because everything can look differently depending on where the water is. This is the thing, like sometimes you want to swim or you expect a beautiful sunset with sun rays reflecting on the water, but sometimes there is little to no water because of the low tide. So it has its goods and bads, but East Coast doesn't have this, West Coast does. And guys, we made it. I'm gonna remove the shoes now. This is at least what other people who came here with me did. And just walk right there. So I'm assuming we are touching water. This is so nice. I don't know how to oh stepped on something sharp. But yeah, I don't know how to explain, but it really is different from the East Coast. The color of the water is different. There are almost always smaller islands in the background as well, somewhere far. It feels different. Not good, not bad, just feels different. It's like there is a difference between the East and West Coast here in South Korea, even though the country is pretty small. All right, let's explore. Let's check it out. I should have put a jacket instead of a hoodie. The wind goes through and it's cold. Oh! Oh, Wanna see? Do you see the spikes? I didn't see this when I stepped on it. Are we good though? We are good. Well, I guess that's how you know water is coming back. You can also see so many mountains there. There is more land, there is more land. No land. Land there, land there, land there. Pretty cool. Guys, we are starting over here and our goal is to see the waterfalls here. According to the map, it might take less than an hour, so 20 minutes plus 30 minutes, right? So we do have about an hour until the sunset. So let's try to make it there and back as soon as possible. Alright, yeah, over here 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 2.3 kilometers. It's gonna be a good hike. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible, really. It's gonna be like, we gotta rush this thing. We're gonna speed up. Alright this is gonna be completely off topic, but I freaking love when people go hiking together or when they run together. I keep seeing couples who do that. When you opt for doing something that you know is gonna be like, you requires effort, that requires sweating, that maybe not both people enjoy this equally, but it's I don't know, it's like hiking, running, watching football games together, like these three things, it's like peak romance in my eyes. Alright, we see signs of jamboree that was taking place. Apparently the scout camp used to be here as well, or one of their activities. The more I walk, the more beautiful it gets here. I love this, it's such a spontaneous decision. We still have like about a kilometer of walk. The views are damn good. I hear water falling. It's a good sign, right? We may see some waterfalls. Good news, we've got water at the waterfalls for the first time this trip. Actually, very easy hike. It took us twice less, I think it's 5:20. So it took us about half an hour to get here with all the filming. So it's possible to be here even faster. But the falls are here. Look at them, look at the views. It's this little guy right here. All of this is for that. Just kidding. Here, it's here. There is a dedicated spot to viewing the falls, so let's walk downstairs and see them again. So glad we made it. So beautiful. No one here. I kind of only got to see like 5-7 people pass by on their way back, so heading down. So right now I'm probably gonna be the last one here, and it's really good. We still got a little bit of sun, and we will probably even make it back before the sun completely sets, so we don't have to walk in the dark. And this is such a beautiful way to end the day and end this vlog. I hope you are seeing some new parts of South Korea you've never seen before. So happy to be exploring this country, a lot of these places that are hidden or I haven't been to yet, and a lot of people haven't been to yet. Thank you guys for everything. Let me know what your favorite spots are, what you like the most or in any of these vlogs, and I'm gonna see you in the next video pretty soon. Good morning guys, I'm here in Gwangju today. So random, I know, almost like every night is a different city, but it wasn't planned, but I had to stay the night here. There are a couple of places that I want to visit before I depart. I am not planning to stay here for long. The footage that you saw in the beginning was from Cheonman Tower, so let's check out other spots. Also, I read that Gwangju has a pretty good nightlife. Unfortunately, I haven't checked any places during nighttime during this trip, like when it comes to partying and bars, mainly because I'm on my own here. But yeah, maybe because I'm on my own I should actually do that. This is the best chance to meet people. But I'm heading towards this bakery that has different locations around the city, that is featured in like almost every travel vlog that I see when I watch what locals do here. So we're gonna check it out. I'm afraid I came there a little bit too early. It was like 20 minutes after their opening, so there was like half of the bread was not even on display, but I got some good stuff. You know, it's important to just visit and see what it was like, so we're gonna try this later. We have one more place to go to. Alright, this place is actually very big. I'm still walking around. I'm finding so many good places to eat that are still closed. I might choose one for lunch, and then I found a tea house that's also open from 11:30 only. Let's see. I'm just exploring for now, have some options in my head. But the original plan was to actually leave this place in the morning, like before lunch, leave Gwangju before lunch, but we might stick around. Alright guys, the way I would describe this place, it's like a village that is a part of the city, but has its own like borders where you can tell this is something different. It's called a village, but it's actually like a district with a lot of Hanok style buildings. And it's a perfect mix between residential buildings and a lot of places that sell like a lot of handmade goods, or be it cafes, be it restaurants, be it some sort of boutiques. And yeah, I do recommend not to miss out on the smaller, narrow alleys and discover what else is here. Alright guys, another super spontaneous decision. I decided to come to Jido just because I wanted to see the water again and explore this set of islands. The spot where I am right now seems to be a spot for windsurfing, and I actually saw a better spot on my way here to sit down and enjoy the views. So give me a minute, I'll bring you there in a bit. Is it a smart decision to drive here? Probably not. Am I famous for any smart decisions in life? Also not. So let's just do it. The wind here is crazy, guys. Explains why so many people are windsurfing here. Like without the wind, it's not that cold actually, but with the wind, I'm really cold. But we made it here to Jeddah. What are we doing here? I don't know. I think I just wanted a place with a view to sit in and relax. Morning bread from Gwangju. So Jido basically, and it's just like one island here in the middle, and then there are so many other islands around it. No big expectations, no plan at all. Let's just go around and explore, I guess. I don't know guys, I'm making these stops in places with some sort of like tourist attractions, like something like what I saw yesterday, but there is either a construction going on, or it's such a low tide that there is no water visible within like the first kilometer or so, so it's just not there. I don't know, I'm just looking for something. Getting a little bit difficult, so I'm just roaming around at this point and driving, yeah, just driving. Alright guys, I feel so happy because we are lucky to have water here. This was like the last place I was gonna visit on this set of islands, and it's turned out to be good. It's good. And here on the other side we do have a lot of vacation homes lined up, but on this side there is nothing. And just a reminder, we are so far east right now, so far from everything else. So yeah, even though like a lot of the stuff behind me seemed to be really abandoned, or there was some sort of an accident or typhoon and then it was never brought back to life. I don't know what happened here, but I feel like I'm in one of the most deserted and lonely places here in Korea. I don't know if I've seen anything like this. I'm really happy we were able to find this location. It's a little bit damaged, but it absolutely adds character to it. Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, sometimes you have days like yesterday where I feel like I have to do a lot and rush with time and do as many things as possible before sunset, but today I actually did have plenty of time, but I spent mostly driving around and looking for places because I again didn't have a plan for this place or today in general. I'm still happy to be this far because a lot of these locations are not as easy to get to. As always, I appreciate you staying until the end. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. and I can't wait to bring you guys on the next adventure with me.
The fact that I didn't plan anything and decided to go with the flow played against me this time. I'm sure there were cool places around, I just failed to find and recognize them. It was my first time in the area and we still managed to explore a little bit of Gwangju earlier. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Hi guys, good morning. If you're watching this video, that means we are at the very end of our travels, of our road trip. And since I was just at the K-pop concert, I'm leaving Seoul to pick up my car in Daejeon to go way more south of South Korea. Let's hit the road. Alright, I'm in my Korean hometown. Out of all places, I decided to park the car here. First of all, because I didn't want to drive to Seoul and back, I just decided to take a train so that I could escape the most traffic. I'm very tired of driving by now, especially if it's like closer to Seoul, because you move very slowly and I feel tired because of the traffic. I guess it's not too bad. We are good, guys. We are good to go. Right, and the timing for the departure is actually really good. It's starting to rain. Alright, so it's going to be 2 hour 46-minute drive. Let's go. Yeah, I've been having a lot of doubts about what I'm doing, about my career, and actually we could use a little bit of time to think about everything in a different environment. So that would be one of the things that I will do in a temple, on top of experiencing the lifestyle and just staying there for, I think, like about 24 hours actually. I'm heading to a place called Gogulsa. It is a temple located in the mountains near Gyeongju and is generally known for being the only cave temple in South Korea. Alright guys, running a little bit late, but we made it here to Gogulsa temple and I'm about to find out what the temple stay is like, because I'll be doing this for the first time in my life. Alright, I'm going to go to the office and register myself. Alright, we just had a little bit of like introduction to what we are gonna do, and we received the schedule and some clothes. So I'm gonna go find my room and I'm gonna have a little bit of free time until we have the proper orientation. Okay, always shoes off. Very nice. So far it's just me here. Actually, I got the shared room, so I might have more people here later, but so far it's just me. Alright, so let me quickly show you around. We have some beddings, 1, 2, 3. So I think this room is actually for 3 people. We might have guests, might not. There is a window that I opened because I think the heating floor is on, so it's quite warm. This is the second door over here, so I think it closes. Alright, and here's the bathroom. Sink, shower, mirror, window, the toilet, and that's us. So it's currently 3 p.m. and the next activity is at 4:10. So I'm gonna read through the schedule, a little bit of information about the temple itself and the map. Alright, so this is the map of the temple. So we are currently, I think, over here. Yeah, this is where I am right now, right by the parking lot. And we are going to discover a lot of these places, hopefully, throughout the next 24 hours and walk around and do other stuff. We also got uniforms. This is the top, this is the bottom. I'm going to change and show you what it looks like. Ta-da! Pretty comfy. This is what I'll be wearing today and tomorrow, I think. After reading through the pamphlet about the temple, what to expect and the schedule for the program, I headed out for the first activity. Alright, so we are currently walking to this building, to building number 10 for the first activity. It's called Sonmudo. At first I thought I would be one of very few people at the temple, but it turns out there were quite many of us. We all gathered in this big hall for another introduction where I learned a lot about Buddhism, its practices, prayers, meditation and the activity called Sonmudo. It is a Korean Buddhist martial art and Gogulsa is one of a very few places that offer a glimpse into the history and practice of Sonmudo. We started off with a warm-up where I realized that my body is not flexible at all. It is not easy for me to sit still with both legs crossed, with each foot resting on the opposite thigh, let alone other warm-up activities which required even more flexibility. Unfortunately, I couldn't record more active parts of Sonmudo as it involved more moving around, but I found this video which shows more of it and also gives a good introduction to the temple and the experiences it offers. For dinner, I had rice with vegetables and tofu along with fried potatoes and soup. It was very simple, but I loved it. It is important not to throw away any food at the temple, so I finished everything, did the dishes and headed back to my room.
Alright guys, I'm back in the room, showered, feeling tired and relaxed at the same time. Let me show you the bed. So this is the mat. This is going to be a sheet for the mat. This is going to be my pillowcase. This is going to be my blanket. I'm not sure if I'll be using it because it's really warm and the warm floor is on. Oh, I'm actually so tired. We are meeting friends tomorrow at 5:10 a.m. That means I have to wake up before 5. So, time to sleep. See you guys tomorrow.
I woke up early the next day and headed out for morning prayers and meditation. A really good thing about this is that these activities are not made only for us, there are monks actually praying and we are just joining them, following their directions and are learning from them. We had a long meditation session. I felt like I completely failed at doing it, but it was worth trying. We then headed out for a walking meditation during sunrise. The temple looked absolutely beautiful in the morning and it was so quiet and peaceful.
Alright guys, it's currently 6:30 am. We are done with morning prayers, meditation and walking meditation. We're going to have breakfast now. This is our cafeteria, that's where we are eating. What's new is that I don't think I've heard sounds of birds, like this many sounds of birds and in general nature for so long. I've been such a city boy, oh my god.
Breakfast was really good as usual. I made a friend during my stay there, so we went on a morning walk before taking a bit of rest and starting another session of Sonmudo. But this time, a big part of it was outside, and it was honestly such a good way to start the day. This was a proper exercise and it was quite fun doing it together with others.
4, 6, 7, 8. Check your body. Don't push yourself. Run, run. Hurry up.
Our last activity was having a tea time with a monk where anyone could ask questions about anything when it comes to Buddhism and its practices. One really cool thing about temple stays here is that I've met people who were staying for longer periods of time, like 1 or 2 weeks, but it's totally possible to be there for longer. Gogolsa has more activities like Sonmudo demonstration and a walk to a beach, but only on certain days. We then had our last meal and this temple stay experience was coming to an end for me.
I'm back in the room, it's 12:22 p.m. It's time to check out. Just very quickly a summary. It was a very interesting experience, one of the earliest times I've ever woken up. It was really good to experience this lifestyle, even though it was like very short, but I still learned so much about Buddhism. I had amazing food, even though it was like very simple. I loved it, honestly. I met some really good people here and I am well rested. Thank you guys for watching till then. I hope you enjoyed this episode and see you in the next one.
Alright guys, I'm in Gyeongju. This is a very significant city when it comes to history because it used to be a capital of Shilla dynasty by back in the day. And I am here to discover this place. I don't know if it's my first time here or not. I'm trying to remember this. Might be the first time, but at the same time things look a little bit familiar. But let's go walk around, let's see what's here, and I will show you the city a little bit, or at least some parts of it. Alright, it looks like I'm in one of the popular touristy areas. The reason why I'm here, because on the day I came to the temple stay yesterday, I got here to sit in a cafe and do a little bit of work. It was just a random place and that had a cafe that was pretty close to the highway I was passing by. So now I came back because I know that there is something going on here, so we're gonna explore this and see what's up. The government really wants to preserve the historical aspect of the city, with including the design. So a lot of the buildings and architecture here is Hanok style. And as I was passing by, even like gas stations, tire shops, like here is Olivian, that is also in Hanok style, which is really interesting. This is one of the most unique places I've been to, because this feels like a whole city has this kind of like design code rather than the small Hanok village of some sort, which is pretty cool. Alright, I have yet to find out if it's Gyeongju special or not, but I saw a lot of the shops that sell this Gyeongju chipwon bun. I mean, maybe not Gyeongju, just chipwon bun. Looks good. I actually was going to get a snack and a coffee, so I think we are halfway there. Let's try this out. So inside is cheese, and I think I saw him put some white sauce. It could be mayo, could be just a white sauce of some sort, but let's try this out. The dough is good, super puffy, super light, a little bit sweet. I have yet to get to the cheese. Alright, so the bread itself is quite sweet. Cheese is what makes it salty. So if you like this combination, sweet and salty, bread and cheese, this is a really good one. I don't know, I don't think I've had this before. I'm trying to remember if I did, probably not. But this is the first snack of the day. Alright guys, we are all set. Now that we have coffee, we can walk around a little more. Alright, so the plan is to get a little bit of rest. I don't know, feeling tired actually, I don't know why. Plan tomorrow, so if I do decide to stay here in Gyeongju, I am going to find a place to stay. If I do go somewhere else, I'm going to find a place there. So far, for tomorrow, my only option is actually Jirisan. The weather seems to be good. If we end up hiking, I'm gonna need to save a lot of energy. So let's see what we end up with. Alright, I've decided to go back, not through the main, like very crowded street, but through this another side, and it's actually pretty peaceful and still beautiful in here.
Gyeongju is often referred to as a city of ancient tombs. These are basically the earthen mounds that look like this. There are also different tomb complexes that exist, and some of them have the artifacts inside like jewelry, weapons, crowns, or even the remains of the kings that used to rule the dynasty in the past. There is even one underwater tomb that is located in East Sea, where it is believed that one of the kings is buried as well.
Alright, even though it was just one small neighborhood that I visited in Gyeongju, I loved it. Actually super romantic, I would say, to be here with somebody you love. I saw a lot of couples here and families, so this is really amazing if you are into that. Since I don't have anybody to bring, I only thought like, okay, my mom would love that probably. My mom would love this city because it looks nothing like Europe, nothing where she's. It's time for me to hit the road again. See you in a bit. Some stuff to chew on for the next hour or so. Vitamin C, just because I feel like I'm gonna get sick pretty soon. My last chance to save myself from the cold. This is amazing stuff that doesn't let you sleep during the road, and it actually helps, so it's really cool. Very useful stuff. This, because I couldn't resist, so yeah.
Alright, and that is it guys. Stay tuned for the last episode of this solo road trip as I'll be hiking the highest mountain of mainland Korea, Jirisan. See you soon.
Good morning guys, it's 5:43 here in Daegu. I decided to stay the night here in the city because I got really tired and decided not to go for sunrise hike but spend most of the day hiking actually, just so that I don't get too tired and don't waste the day tomorrow after coming back from the hike. So yeah, we are leaving the city now to go hike Jirisan. Driving on some really beautiful roads, the views are really good and a lot of places over here. It's still early morning, some places seem to be foggy. I hope it's fog, so yeah, my only hope is that we get a clear air today. Right guys, I don't know if it's interesting or not, but this is what I'll be taking with me for the hike. It's gonna be about a day hike. So from what I read, it usually takes anywhere from 5.5 to 6.5 hours to get to the top. So this is what I'm packing: water 1 liter, another 1 liter. I'm gonna take 1 Powerade. I'm gonna take 3 energy bars. I'm gonna take 2 samgak kimbabs. I'm gonna take 1 sandwich. I mean, there are inside is 2 sandwiches actually. So yeah, that's what I will be taking. Good luck to us. Let's get to hiking. So this is about the altitude we are starting the hike with. So we are not at the bottom already. So this is the entrance over here, and what's really cool is that you can still use bathroom, and then there are like convenience stores and a few restaurants right by. So if you ever need to buy something like last minute or eat, this is available here. Right, so this is the map of the national park. We are currently over here, so I guess the pass for today would be to climb over here to the peak. It's going to be 1915 meters and go to the left and then come back a different way. So the darker the lines are, the more difficult and steep the hike is. So let's see, we will have to hike about 5.4 kilometers until the end. So it does say it's going to take 2 to almost like 4 hours, a little bit over 4 hours. Is about 1 kilometer of incline. Right, so we are finally entering the national park, and this is the sign over here right at the entrance. Alright, so usually hiking in Korea is quite easy to navigate because there are a lot of signs on the way, but I have near map just in case, because this junction over here is very important. I have to turn right over here in order to make a circle at the end of this hike, so I should not miss this one turn. That's why I'm gonna have my maps with me. I mean, if it does take 4.5 hours so roughly as the map said, it would be actually perfect. It's gonna be shorter than my hike to Soraksan, but let's see from what I read on the blogs, 5.5 hours if you are fit and you are like physically active, 6.5 for average people. So my goal, 5.5 to 6 one way, and then obviously a little bit faster on the way back, but it's going to be a longer hike on the way back, so I'm not sure. Let's see. Like a final check-in, it's been 20 minutes since we've been walking from the place I parked the car at, so this will count towards the hike, but this is not where the hike actually starts. As we saw many times on this Korea trip, a sign about wild boars. This is something to watch out for. And this is us once again, the national park map. We are currently over here, going up to the peak right here and coming back this way. Of course there are like many routes to take, there are many peaks over here, but really my goal is to make it to the top and come back not using the same way. That would be it. I'll be very happy.
hiking is when I get the most time to think about stuff. Just because, I mean, you can listen to music or podcast or whatever, because in Korea I can have access to internet, yeah, even in the mountains, so it's no problem. But usually that's when I have the most time to myself, because my body is kind of busy with hiking, but at the same time it's very repetitive and it's like on auto mode in a way. So my brain keeps thinking about stuff. So I don't know, this is a great chance for me to think about my future, think about this life, think about this channel, what I want to do next, because I've invested over 3 years of my time into making videos about cars. But on the side I've always been passionate about traveling, and this is me traveling and showing you guys what I'm doing, just in case if this channel ever takes off. That would be perfect. Actually, it would be really dream come true. But if not, that's when I have to have a plan B, because I still have visa here in Korea that I'm gonna need to extend, and then there is like the money aspect of it, of course, and this is gonna snowball into a lot more, and yeah, but mainly it's about like if something that I do works out, it's gonna be a boost for self-confidence, it's gonna be a boost for the future, of course, and it's gonna allow me to do more things that I am really passionate about, which is traveling and making videos. So the trail splits into two. This is number one, number two. So if I understand correctly, this is where we go now to make a circle, and we're gonna come back from this side. This is probably the most important intersection, but very, very easy to navigate, because here we already walked about 1 kilometer. The peak is 4 kilometers from here, and this was the easiest path. So the trails from here are over 2 kilometers, two of them, purple, black. So this is what I'm not looking forward to, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Right, so it's time for this bad boy to put on, because all the sweat is going on my face, which is not good. Alright, we are ready for more difficult parts. Let's go. I'm out of breath. Things are not going too well. I'm very tired now. Also, whenever you hike, don't be shy and say hi to fellow hikers. They'll be very happy. Alright, so this is where we currently are. We started a little bit over here at bottom and are in here, so it looks like it's almost halfway, but this part, once it got steeper, it takes so much longer, so we have all this to do. Okay, 갑시다. Honestly, it's time like this when it's difficult that I start thinking, why am I doing this? What do I get from this? And I'm starting to look for motivation to continue to go up. So yeah, that's where we are right now. These are my inner thoughts at the moment. Right guys, the views are pretty good, but just a little bit upset since I think we are late for all the yellow and red leaves. There are only a few of them on the way. Most of them are like down where we started the trail, but here the higher we go, the less leaves there are. I guess because it's colder here. Yeah, it would have been much more beautiful with the yellow leaves on, but it's okay, it's okay. In China, dun 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 dun. Alright guys, update. We did finish this before, and we did finish this path. We have the most difficult 2 kilometers left over here. Let's see what this is about.
we actually started to see that we got to the level, like the altitude of clouds over here, and it's reaches over there as well, so the views are not going to be as good, unfortunately, but it's going to be this very moody gray kind of mysterious look, which is also good. I like it as well. You have no idea how happy I am to see this sign. Let me show you. It's only 0.8 kilometers. We are getting close. So pretty here. Now that we are at the very top, we just, I don't know how many meters we have left. We got out of the trees, so we got to see more and more views. I'm happy about that. I'm very tired. I can't wait to reach the peak. Right guys, from here we just have stairs going up there, so it might be not easy, but we are very close. Right guys, the peak is so close. But it's extremely difficult to take those last steps on the stairs. I never thought stairs would be this difficult. Mainly it's because of all the other hiking, but there are so many stairs and so high. I feel like my heart is pumping in here. I feel the pulse of my heart in my head. Not easy. I mean, I didn't expect it to be easy, but no surprise there. But the views though. We can do it, we can do it. So close. There is a smile on my face. It took us 3 hours 40 minutes and we walked over 7 kilometers to get here, so now we made it. We made it to the top. Actually a little bit faster than what I thought it would take, but good. All this effort, all these struggles, I am so out of power right now. That's why there is not that much excitement on my face, mainly because of all the energies that I spent hiking up here, but we made it to the top. I mean, I never doubted that we would make it to the top. It was just a matter of how difficult it would be and how long it would take actually. Well, I don't think I've had a hike where I would not have my tuna kimbap and paradiso. This is actually very worth lunch. Alright guys, check this out. There is a big cloud coming from this side and it's gonna slowly eat up all the mountain. It's pretty clear on this side, but The cloud is coming from here. So on the way back, we're gonna experience some pretty heavy clouds. They will come in over here as well. Alright guys, it's the first time that I see a shelter and a cookhouse. So I thought I would check it out and see what the cookhouse is like. Okay, I understand now. So this is really a place where you just are allowed to cook anything with like gas or anything that boils, so because you're not allowed to like really cook food outside in the nature over here. If you have anything that needs to be heated up with gas or like one of those instant, I don't know, like meals that I saw over here when people just open and it starts heating and boiling, I don't know how it works, chemicals. Yeah, this is a good place to make this. And we also see a shelter here. I have yet to stay in one of those, I don't know. None of the hikes that I've done required more than 1 day, including this one. So 1 day maybe, 1 day. Up, 여기?
로타리
오케이.
대피소에서 천안봉 찍고
아하.
우리가 다시 장터목 대피소까지 와서 세석 대피소
오케이.
셀터까지 와서 한신폭포 쪽으로 이렇게.
오케이.
근데 이게 거리가 좀 꽤 되거든요.
8km 더 있어요.
네.
오케이. 지금 반, half.
그래서 조금 서둘러야 될 수도
오케이.
있어요. 왜냐면 해가 질 수도 있어서.
오케이. Alright, so right behind those mountains, right in the back, is Namyeosu in the very south of Korea. Actually pretty close. Alright, we've been walking for about an hour and a half, and as you could see, this was the peak where we came from. And now we are going down, and then it's mostly down, but a little bit of up, but it's views and views and views. It's really nice. Alright, so as I was told, this is the most famous road here in this mountain, and it looks pretty beautiful even now. It's like brownish tones, even though most of the trees are already gray, and then you can see mainly rocks. This is still beautiful. I really like the weather today. It's been changing a lot, so first was good, then really gray, no sun. Once you went up, there is sun again, so it's pretty good, pretty colorful for this time of the year. Alright, update, we're still hiking all these views. I don't know where I'm taking the energy from, but I still have some. Not so many people, really, just one person behind me, but still really good views all around.
This trip or
아니요,
are you
저는
walking? 아,
서울에서
이래요.
살고 있어요.
Enjoy.
Thank you, 감사합니다. 감사합니다. Thank you, 감사합니다. Alright, that is the peak we were at today. This is where all the leaves are, all the colors are over here, guys. Like, these are the less explored parts. I mean, we do have very few people coming by, which is really interesting. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying seeing this side of Korea. Alright, now that it's the end, it's finally time to stop counting. 9 hours, 21 minutes of hiking, 21 kilometers walked. Real end. Bye. Bye bye. Alright guys, to say that I'm happy, and that is to say nothing. I made it, I think, like barely. Like in the beginning, it was very difficult. I was struggling up until I got to the peak. After that it was fine for some time, so because we were mainly walking down, but after a while, because it lasted for so long, I started to feel very tired, and I don't know, just my legs would do it themselves actually, but I have no energy. That's why right now I'm struggling to show my excitement or happiness, because there are barely any emotions left. But I feel so happy to reach the summit, to experience these views. So I think for next time I should buy sticks and hiking shoes. I think that would make things a little bit easier on my legs. It's not healthy to do these long hikes like this without equipment. I'm gonna struggle later when I get old, but other than that, loved the experience, loved the achievement. I did it as a challenge, and the challenge is now complete. We made it.
For dinner, I tried the famous Jirisan black pork, and it was absolutely delicious, especially after a long day of hiking. It was actually the perfect wrap-up of the road trip. Thank you for watching until the very end. I really hope you enjoyed seeing new places and discovered a bit of a very different and less known South Korea through my videos. Stay tuned for future adventures and see you soon.